Before the first cities, before the first empires, there was one man, a being who looked up at the endless sky and wondered, "Why am I here?" He did not have language or fire or gods, but he had awareness. And from that awareness came the first question, the first thought, and perhaps the first message. This is not the story of a civilization. This is the story of the first human soul and the final message he left for all of us. Somewhere in the heart of Africa, nearly 300,000 years ago, a new kind of creature walked the earth. He was stronger than his ancestors, but what made him different was his mind. He began to dream, to imagine, to remember. In the dark caves of prehistory, he painted what he saw, not for survival, but for meaning. Those simple strokes on cave walls weren't art. They were memory. They were his message to the future, to us. What if those first words, gestures, and signs weren't random? What if they carried a truth, a warning that we've long forgotten? Archaeologists have found carvings, symbols, and marks that don't fit our timelines. In southern Africa, scientists discovered engravings older than language itself, as if someone tried to write before writing existed. Was it the first man's attempt to speak across eternity? Imagine him standing beneath the stars, alone, every fire spark, every echo in the cave, a signal to something greater. Perhaps he saw patterns in the sky, constellations that told stories of creation. Perhaps his message wasn't written in words, but in the way he lived. Every generation after him, every tribe, every empire, every religion, borrowed a fragment of that original message. But the whole truth was buried under time. We are his descendants, yet we no longer remember his language. But when we look at the stars or question our purpose, that same spark that lived in him lives in us. His message wasn't written in stone or fire. It was written in consciousness itself. The message was simple. Remember that you are aware. Remember that you exist. Every era believes it's the first to ask why, but the first man already did. And his message has been whispering through our DNA ever since. We build civilizations, we wage wars, we reach for the stars. But deep inside, we still seek what he sought. Connection, purpose, and meaning. The first man is long gone. But his message remains, carried in every heartbeat, every thought, every dream. Perhaps his last words were never spoken. They were simply this: be aware, be alive, be human.